Hi, Miss Comey. I'm reviewing my favorite comic book adaptation of all time. It's a TV show called The Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Sadly, it only ran for 2 seasons, and pretty much seems to get canceled around the 2012 Avengers came out. That kind of sucked in some ways, but it was also kind of pretty awesome in some ways, but kind of in some ways. The first Avengers film from 2012 in live action was Mark Ruffalo giving an underwhelming performance as the Hulk and Bruce Banner, and kind of forgettable. So, and this episode's called Iron Man is Born. So, our episode opens up introducing Iron Man by him saving civilians and defeating a huge robot, as Iron Man says in his civilian form as Tony Stark. And unlike the MCU's Iron Man, the world doesn't know that Tony Stark and Iron Man are the same person. As far as they know, they're completely different people, but S.H.I.E.L.D. knows that Iron Man and Tony Stark are the same person. So, yeah. And Pepper Potts and Rhodey, his best friend, Tony's best friend, who is also who knows that he's Iron Man, and he's playing superhero. And also Pepper, Tony's assistant, also in this, like, a constant sort of an off and on again relationship they have. It's sort of more close with James Bond. It's sort of like Tony Stark in the comics. His relationship with Pepper Potts is more interesting. It's more like if James Bond had a love relationship with that secretary called Bonnie Penny in the James Bond franchise. And it was consistent and plenty of it. So, yeah. So this episode focuses heavily on Iron Man, and he's convinced that he's the only one capable of saving the world and making sure this thing doesn't turn to shit. And you'll learn that all the Avengers are kind of like that. They're loners in this run, like more similar to the comics. The classic and the Ultimate comic, you know? Well, this is at least the comics I run, which is the original run, and this is, I like how, like, all the costumes are heavily based off of their original iconic costumes that they debuted in. Like, everyone that designs, all the designs, the Avengers don't assemble in this episode. It takes a few episodes to assemble. Like, they only assemble till episode 6 and 8. I mean, episode 6 and 7. It's a 2-part episode, and that's when they assemble. And know each other, and get to know each other and meet each other for the first time, and also in this universe, much like the comics, the public is known for thinking Hulk is a villain, and not whether he's actually a hero, just because the way he looks and how reckless he can get. And that the army's always hunting him, as well as S.H.I.E.L.D., because the army wants to kill the Hulk. S.H.I.E.L.D. wants to experiment on the Hulk and turn him into a weapon. For the greater good. They want to make their own version more, their own, they want to harness the power of the Hulk and take a sample of his blood and use it for good, but or well, whatever Shield's agenda is. I mean, they claim they're good guys, but their agenda's Nick Fury and everyone from some shows a little bit of a shady character, as you're not sure if you can trust them or not. But you do love them. Love these characters, every one of them, even when you're not sure you can trust all the ones that are just pure evil. Because even the pure evil ones have, what's interesting about the show is that the pure evil ones have more humanity and more good reasons why they are and what they're doing than the ones that are just shady and work with the good guys, the Avengers. So that work with them time for time. So it's more. This is much more faithful. This is actually probably the most. This is the most faithful adaptation of the Avengers to this date of the show, season 1 and 2. And there's 26 episodes for each season, and I'm going to review them all one by one, and I'm going to love every moment of it. So Iron Man is told by Rhodey that he doesn't have to do this alone. And he says, yes, I do have to do it. If I don't do it, who will? Then Hydra agents start attacking, and start causing some serious collateral damage, and kind of aiming, as I think they said something about aiming at the president, saying that the president's going to be where they are. So I guess they're going to look for killing the president. Meanwhile, while Iron Man faces the real threat, S.H.I.E.L.D's on a wild goose chase, trying to get to Hydra agents to kick their asses what Iron Man is doing. So Iron Man did their job. What happens? Iron Man gets attacked by S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. He gets attacked. He goes, so they told him to surrender. And then Iron Man notices that tech looks familiar, and he scans the tech just like he scanned Hydra's tech, and noticed that they both have the same stock tech that he made himself. So that's how he figured out supposed to do it together, that there's a mold and shield. So anyway, so he sees a Hydra agent about to attack, and he tells, get out of the way. He lifts up his arm, and he's ready to fight on the Hydra agent, but the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents mistook Iron Man, misread Iron Man's actions, and so he was going to attack when he said get out of the way and lifts his arm, lifts his repulsor blast. So they start firing out on him, and so now he has to take down Hydra agent, and he now has to take out a Hydra robot that has an agent inside. And while fighting an army of not hurting or killing the agents, S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. Then he drops in on S.H.I.E.L.D. Hellcat and has a little word with Nick Fury in a hot talk conversation, and asks why did you steal? And he wants to know why he stole the tech, and why did you let Hydra get a hold of it? And Fury's didn't expect that there was a mold in S.H.I.E.L.D. He didn't know about it, was unaware about it. He said, what? What are you talking about? He says, and he explains to Fury that S.H.I.E.L.D. has the same tech as Hydra. There's a mold in S.H.I.E.L.D. You let Hydra get a hold of my tech. So he says he's going to get all back, his tech. Since S.H.I.E.L.D. won't do it. And Maria Hill decides to arrest Iron Man and point a gun on him. And Iron Man says, do you really want me to go down this road, Fury? because he knows that he's going to kick all their asses, and Fury tells his army, his men, and a right-hand man, Maria Hill, who is a woman, everyone to stand down, who works for S.H.I.E.L.D., saying, because Iron Man saved the day while they were on a wild goose chase, and we didn't came here to fight Iron Man. He says. And he makes a fair point, so Iron Man flies off, going to get his Tet back, and we see him in a later episode when the Avengers assemble. So anyway, S.H.I.E.L.D. The head of S.H.I.E.L.D., I meant to say, Nick Fury and Maria Hill, S.H.I.E.L.D.'s S.H.I.E.L.D. right-hand man. Well, not right-hand man, right-hand woman, I guess. I don't know what it's called. It's right-hand dude. That works for, that's, anyway, this right-hand person, and the head of S.H.I.E.L.D., Nick Fury, and the other one's Maria Hill, who's a girl, go to investigate this mole and where it could have come from, and it seems to come from somewhere in the cube, the location is from. So they go to talk to this Hydra agent, and he didn't give anything, and he knows that something's going down, but he doesn't know when it is going down. Because he has a hunch that something's planned from Hydra, and some sort of part of diabolical plan. While the mold and the attack was merely just an inversion for this grand plan, and he finds out the diversion is part of a plan to, see, the Grim Reaper kills a bunch of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. That's the supervillain's name, and in order to, part of his plan, he's the mold, he's the one that was behind the attack, so the Iron Man stopped, and, so, yeah, his plan fails into rescuing and, bailing this Hydra agent out. Hydra's not agent. It's not Hydra. It's more like a super villain of a Hydra. It's one of the Hydra top guys. I forget what his name is. I forget what his name is. Anyway, he has the power to absorb people's juice and drain their energy, and when he does that, he not only gets younger, but gets more strength back from his use. And he drinks some from Nick Fury's energy. He doesn't die or anything like the other sucker did, but it did make him age a bit, and he does seem less agile and fast. Less fast and strong, but enough to stop the escape. Still strong enough and quick enough to stop the escape with plain S.H.I.E.L.D. gadgets up his sleeve. So he stops the escape, and Maria Hill has all three of these persons this insane and dangerous. And, do escapes happen all this often? No. All four of them, this happens. No. Just not all three of them. All four of them. And that's when and that's what was this line of Maria Hill saying, wait, 4? I thought there was just 3. So, yeah, I give this episode a 10 out of 10. The series is really off to a good start, and it only gets better from here, I think. I give this episode a 10 out of 10, right? Episode 1 of Season 1, called Iron Man is Born. Yeah, I give it a 10 out of 10 this episode. I'm sorry, I forgot. I forgot twice. Just checking to make sure I said everything I need to say.